chuckles. Did you ever hear about the man who lost his whole left side? He's all right now. Now, moving on to our main narrative. Picture a man, let's call him Joe. Joe is a regular guy, working a regular 9-to-5 job. The kind of guy who always has a neatly ironed shirt and a tie that matches his socks. But Joe has a secret. Underneath his plain exterior, Joe is a superhero. Well, sort of. His superpower, he can turn anything into a pun. One day, Joe's boss calls him into his office. The boss is a stern man who looks like he's never laughed in his life. He tells Joe that the company is in trouble. They're losing clients left and right, and morale is low. It's a grim day at the office. But Joe, being the pun master that he is, sees this as an opportunity. He decides to use his superpower to lighten the mood. He starts with his coworker, Sally. As he hands her a cup of coffee, he says, "I guess this makes me a brew star." Sally chuckles, and for the first time that day she smiles. Emboldened by his success, Joe starts punning everywhere. The office becomes a pun zone. When the boss asks how the quarterly report is coming along, Joe replies, "I'm just adding it all up." When the IT guy fixes his computer, Joe says, "You've really saved my day." Soon, the office is filled with laughter. People are happier, more relaxed. They start looking forward to work, eager to hear Joe's next pun. The clients notice the change too. They're impressed by the positive atmosphere and start returning. Joe's puns have saved the day. But here's the kicker. One day, the stern boss approaches Joe. He's been hearing about these puns, he says. Joe braces himself for a reprimand, but instead the boss cracks a smile, a rare sight indeed, and says, "Joe, I must hand it to you. You've really turned things around here." So what's the moral of this story? Well, sometimes all it takes to brighten someone's day is a good pun. Or, as our hero Joe would put it, puns are a fundamental part of life. And remember, if you're ever feeling down, just think of Joe and remind yourself that no matter how tough things get, there's always a way to lighten the mood. After all, every cloud has a pun lining, and with that we wrap it up. Stay punny, folks, and keep laughing. Because life, like our story, can be full of unexpected twists and turns, and a good laugh is the best way to navigate them. Or as Joe would say, keep punning and carry on.